Hey guys, welcome to today's episode of Random Thoughts with Charles Okam. I'm excited to, be in your face once more. So I woke up this morning. On a normal day, on the average day, I listen to let's say 5, 6, 7, 8, sometimes 10, documentaries, inspirational materials, interviews, speeches from the kind of people I love, and people I love to be like. So I started this morning with Dr. Cosmos Maduka, and if you've listened to Dr. Cosmos Maduka, he is the founder of Coscharis Group, a billionaire, multi-billionaire, right? So I really love him a lot, and I listen to him. So he talked a lot about his challenges, which I've heard over many times, and how that his challenges are the reason why he is where he is today. Then I jumped over to Paul Fu. Paul Fu is a sales guy, sales strategist, amazing person. I love his energy. And he talked about a book that I read some years ago by Ryan Holiday, The Obstacle is the Way. That's the name of the book. And he also mentioned the fact that the obstacles, the kind of challenges you face in life are a pointer to the kind of problems that you are actually created to solve, and that when you solve issues of life, you become better. It takes those kind of obstacles to make you stronger and make you become a better person. So I somehow stumbled into Instagram. Then I saw Pastor Jerry. How many of you know Pastor? You should know Pastor Jerry. He's the founder of Springs of Joy, right? I think that's the name of the church. And recently, I think that was yesterday or day before yesterday, he was mentioned on CNN, as a prayer group that started back then in COVID and has become, a million project, something like that, right? And he shared his, you guys should really go to Pastor Jerry's Instagram page to see what's actually happening there, right? I saw thousands of people really gathered to listen to him speak, and it was a miracle service, very fantastic. Okay, and I wind my mind back to when NSPPD actually started. I was part of the, within the first 1 week or maybe 2 weeks it started. I was actually part of the part of the people that participated. It was an online program that started then during COVID. It wasn't really anything. It was less than 50. That actually, if it was then, it was on Facebook, I think, before then I moved to YouTube. I don't know, but then I think it was on Facebook. That was when I started following, and I've not been following since then. I don't have anything against the church. I love the pastor. I love everything about the church, but it's not just my church, so it's not. I don't just follow. That's just a simple thing, right? So I just checked the page recently, and I see, hundreds and thousands of views, over 500,000 at some point. I don't know whether it's up to 1 million. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't want to give you the wrong facts. But what I'm just trying to say is, this was a prayer meeting that just started in COVID. It started when everywhere was looking down. It wasn't looking like we're going to get out of this anytime soon. There was a time of depression. Everybody was feeling bad about COVID. What's happening? Where are we going to from here? Everybody was panicking. But yet, in that time that looked like nothing was happening, God was actually doing something with this particular church. God was doing something with the man of God. God was doing something with Pastor Jerry, and it has become a global mission. Now imagine if there was no COVID, right? What I'm just trying to point out here is, the truth is, sometimes, in fact most times, when we have the worst of experiences are our greatest learning opportunities. Our worst experiences in life are most times our greatest learning opportunities. They are our greatest opportunities to grow. If you don't have those kind of challenges, it is hard to grow. It is hard. I have noticed, for instance, in my own personal life, that most times when it's as if I have what you call a quantum leap, when you just move from 10 to 50, you understand, you just jump 10, move to 50. At times when I'm just trying to recover from a very painful experience, a painful loss, an experience that wasn't just pleasant at all. And most times those are the opportunities I just have quantum leaps, because starting over, I've had to start over. I've had to start from zero many times. The least scary thing I have in my life now is starting over again, because I've started over from zero again and again. And in my experience as an investor, as a trader, as a forex trader, I mean, you have times like this, when you're just blown away by the market. Those things happen, right? So I've had those kind of experience where I have to start from zero again. But I just noticed anytime I have to go back and start from zero again, the growth is no longer 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's from 0 to 50, 0 to 70, 0 to 100. So the leap is always in quantum, because once you're starting off again, you're starting up now with experience. You're starting up with more knowledge. That's just what my experience is, right? But what I'm just trying to explain to you is that whatever situation, whatever challenge you're passing through now is actually a stepping stone. Those things come around to boost you up, make you take life a bit more seriously, okay? Make you see the reason why giving up is not an option. Okay, the only guarantee that you fail is when you give up. But if you've not given up, there's still some chance that you can actually make something out of your life. So I don't know what your challenge is. I just felt to share this with you because it came to my heart very strong, and I just felt to share this with you. I mean, the obstacle is really the way. Whatever challenge you're passing through, in the midst of that challenge, that's where you find your greatest opportunity to grow, your greatest opportunity to learn. Okay, so this is just my encouragement to you today. So there was this story that was told of two guys. One was two brothers. Okay, they were brothers. One was a very successful guy, and one was a drug addict, a drunk, and was just barely struggling, just living from hand to mouth. And these are two blood brothers. So they were granted interview at two separate times. Okay, and one was asked why the one that was a drug addict, drunk, and all of that, wasn't doing well in life, was asked, why did you turn out like this? Why did you start drinking? Why is your life like this? And see your brother, I mean, why? So he said it was because of his father, that he grew up watching his father being a drunk, grew up watching his father being an addict, grew up watching his father be abusive and all of that. And they asked his brother, the one that was wealthy and doing very well, that what's the reason, what happened, why are you this successful? And he still said, it's because of my father. I watched my father growing up. He was a drunk, drug addict, he was abusive and all of that, but I made up my mind that I don't want to be like my father. And it just buttresses the fact that our interpretation of our experiences in life can make the difference. One interpreted the fact that if my father is like this, I can't help it. But the other one said, if my father can be this way, I choose not to be this way. And the obstacle became the way. The reason why he made it was because he didn't want to be like his father. That challenge, that thing that would have been the reason why he stopped, the reason why he will be discouraged in life, became the reason why he actually made it. Okay, so the truth is, truly the obstacle is the way. The obstacle is the way. You should go and read that book. Dan Ryan Holiday is a very amazing book. Yeah. So the obstacle is really the way, guys. I mean, don't keep running from challenges. People, I heard sometimes the greatest mistake you can make is trying to avoid making mistakes, and that's really true. Most times when you see people who are very how would I put it now, who try their best not to make mistakes, trying to conform to what they were taught in the classrooms, because the life and classroom experience is really different. In classroom, you are taught not to make mistakes. When you make mistakes, you get back, they mark you wrong, and maybe you fail a test or something. But in life, when you make a mistake, there's an opportunity to learn from it. Nobody is there to mark your script. It is you that determine what to do with your experience when you fail. Okay, so it's a total ball game. Most people that try to play it all safe, always trying their best to conform, I mean, most times they don't turn out much, in life. That's just my own thinking, right? But that's just the truth. So as much as possible, you're trying not to make mistakes. Don't put yourself inside the box where you don't even try, because there are a lot of possibilities available to you if you're just willing to take some steps. One of the greatest freedom I gave myself is the freedom to make mistakes. I say it every time. As that when I was 17, 18, when I began to, have what you would call sense. Okay, I had given my life to Christ at then, and I began to take steps. I grew under Living Faith Church. I grew up monitoring, watching Bishop David Oyedepo. So yeah, he was a very strong influence in my life. I learned how to read books, I started consciously building a library at 18. Okay, so the greatest freedom I gave myself then is I told myself, because I had read books like Failing Forward by Joseph Maxwell. I read books of Miles Monroe, read a lot of good books, a lot of fantastic books, and I saw that these guys, they are very big success story now, but the truth is, they made a lot of mistakes over here. And from what I can see in this book, these guys are normal. They're just like me. Okay, so I made up my mind. I just gave, and this was a definite thing, because I also read from Lamentations 3:27 that it is good for a man to bear his yoke while he is young. I prayed and I told God that I don't know what my yoke is. I don't know what my yoke looks like, but I want to bear it now. So whatever mistake, and this coincidentally, I read that Lamentation. I came across that scripture as I just finished reading John Maxwell's book, Failing Forward. And I knelt down, I prayed that prayer, I said, God, I don't know the mistakes I will make in this life, but I want to make all the mistakes now. I don't want to make them when I'm old. So I gave myself that liberty, and boy, have I made mistakes. I've made mistakes. Boy, I've made mistakes in life, right? I've made a lot of mistakes, man. But the good news is those mistakes are the reason why I'm actually doing much better for myself now. I not to boast or to say anything, but at least I live a good life, a very comfortable life. Much more than the average person of my age, right? So, but the truth is, I've made a lot of mistakes, and I'm most glad, super glad, I gave myself that freedom, that liberty to make those kind of mistakes. Okay. Well, that's just my admission to you. Don't try to play it all safe every time, especially if you're a young person. If you listen to Jack Ma, he even encourages his mentees and all. Feel free to make mistakes. Jack Ma is the richest man in China. I don't know about now, but he used to be. I think he still is, right? So feel free to make mistakes. Feel free to make mistakes. Those are don't keep yourself. Don't play too safe, and you don't dare anything. Don't try anything. Okay. So that's just my admonition to you today. I hope to hear your success story. I hope to hear from you. I hope to know that these things I'm sharing with you are making sense to you and they are blessing you in some way. Okay, so that said, catch you some other time. Please do want to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll be glad you did, right? Have a wonderful day ahead. Bye.